and welcome or welcome back. I'm Misty. This is my channel, Misty at Skeeter Jones, and this is this week's Tuesday sale video for April 21st, being filmed far in advance. What I'm calling extras and clearance. Clearance, of course, is things you would have seen before. Extras is just a few extra things that I put in to round it out so that we would have our 30 items that I like to keep it at. So for this video, as always, if you're interested in purchasing anything, just shoot me an email at skeeterjonesthings@gmail.com and we will work it out there. Remember to check the description of this video for important shipping information. And let's just get right into it. These are, as I said, some items you've seen before, some, most of them you haven't. I've gotten them from other YouTubers. I've gotten them from Goodwill Blue Box. I've gotten them from a lot of different places. So this is a cutie. This came actually, I think, in a, not Goodwill Blue Box, but a Buy Goodwill box. It's a different sort of repurposed box that they offer on a different website. And I've had this for a really long time and just never got around to showing it. It's got this little shepherd's hook closure. And it's all wood, but just look how pretty that is. It's fuchsia and this kind of coral, not quite orange, maybe a salmon color. It has a few little spots of fading on some of the petals, but it's all wood. And it's put together in such a way, like keeping the design in mind, put it together in such a way so that when you wear it, lays like this, your little salmon colored flower with the leaves hanging down and these little fuchsia wooden beads, and then these little natural colored beads at the ends. And of course it's adjustable according to where you put the little shepherd's hook closure. Let me get out my measuring tape so that I can give you some measurements on this. I've got my camera down kind of low, so I don't have a whole bunch of room right here. I think I'll move it up. It's about a 9-inch drop and a little bit of adjustability, you know, depending on where you hook that little shepherd's hook. But it's just beautiful, even with the little faded spots, really. To me, those don't really matter a whole bunch. I just love the artistry and craftsmanship in this necklace. There's a little bit of the construction on it right there. And she's really, really pretty. So it will start us off at number 1. And we're going to do this one for $5. A real cutie. Love this one. Okay, I raised the camera just a little bit to give me a little bit more room to show you measurements and things like that. So this is a designer bracelet designed by an artist. It's an artisan piece, and I'll get the information for it. I looked up, let's see, where is it? Somewhere on here is a name. Oh, there it is, right here. And it's Darway, C. Darway. It says right there. And right here it says Sterling. And I got this. I'd never heard that name before. And I saw this at an estate sale and picked it up and looked up that name. And all I could find associated with that name was an art center, I believe, in a town called Wayne. And I don't remember what state that was in. But I've communicated with the artist who designed this. And I'll give you some information about it on the screen. I can't recall it off the top of my head right now, but I'll put it on the screen so that you can see what I found out about it. And it is an art piece. He's primarily an artist and a jewelry designer. Yeah, this is a bracelet. He even gave care instructions, you know, because a little bit of it's sort of breaking down right there. This material, I believe, is polyurethane. Again, I'm not certain about that either, but that's in the communication that I had with him by email. So he gave care instructions and everything for it. I kept this in my personal collection for a while, and I'm just ready to move it on. So I am going to offer this one up to you today. This is sterling right here. This, I believe, is polyurethane, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. But there it is. And I just think it's really neat that I've actually communicated with the artist who designed this. It's a little on the larger side as far as size goes. It's 9. And there it is, just a very modernist looking piece of art that you can wear. And we are going to do this one for, I'm going to do this one for just 10 in light of the damage that's right here. It's very slight, but I just want to price it with that in mind, that it's got that little bit of damage. And I'll include the instructions from the designer of this piece, the care instructions that he sent to me. I will include that with whoever purchases this. But it is sterling and just a really neat piece of art. So there it is. That's item number 2, the C. Darway bracelet. And number 3, and I've already numbered the bags ahead of time, so that will keep me from duplicate numbering things. So, this is, let's see, okay, this one has been, it's broken and someone repaired it, so you can see that right there, the little crack and a little bit of the glue they used. But this is still a very pretty necklace, especially right now in the springtime and into summer. That might be pretty for someone's wedding. The part that broke is right here. It's not very obvious at all, really. I mean, it is there and you can see it. It's just that it just doesn't jump out and grab you. And you have little faux pearl cabochons with these little gold tone beaded halos around them. And then all these petals are shell. And then here's the construction on the back. Very, very minor amount of wear on that. And it's unbranded, but the gold tone is in really great shape. That light looks kind of harsh. I wonder if I can help that a little bit. There, that's a little bit better, I think. But there it is. Very, very pretty, very feminine, and very appropriate right now for the season. This is about a 6.5-inch drop, but then you have a 2-inch extender. That gives you another inch of drop length on that. But there she is, very cute. It has a nice weight if you like to feel the weight of a necklace. This one's not super heavy, but it does have some weight to it. That's going to be our number 3. And we'll do that one for just $4 because of that little break right there on the petal. And then there's another look at it in the different light right here. Right there. That's where it is. Not super obvious. You do, I guess, kind of have to be looking for it to spot it. And then moving right on, our number 4. This is a really nice necklace. I mean, bracelet. It's thick, it's chunky, has a nice thick señorita clasp. And I believe this actually came from Nancy at Coastal Cameo. I am not 100% certain on that because I ordered it a while back before I started making note on the boxes that I get. You know, before I unbox them and mix it in with my other stuff. But it says Mylor Italy right here on the big señorita clasp. And I tested all this already off camera. That's why I made the note right here on the bag, but I'll test it for you right here just so you can have confidence in what you're getting. So we'll do a test on the clasp and on this really chunky chain, and then down here on the loop end as well. So it is still March as I'm filming this, and I'm sure by now you've heard me talk about how I'm doing these things ahead of time because of March and April being so very busy for my family. And then I also have a little thing coming up, well, not a super little thing. One of my kids, my youngest actually, is graduating, and that's coming up in May. And there'll be a celebration for that. And his college is out of town, so we have something kind of coming up in May also. But it won't be as busy in May as it has been. So there's our blue showing up for all of those. I didn't get as thick of a scratch right here on the closure, so the blue isn't as wide, but there it is. And then there's the chain, and then there's the loop end. This end of the closure is this last scratch right there. So there they all are. Let me get you a better scratch from this Senorita clasp, so you can see a better test result on that. And there it is. Okay, so this is, I weighed it, and it is 37 grams of sterling. So it's a nice chunky piece of sterling. Let's give you a size. Let me show you how it would look on. And that's from this side. And then the Senorita clasp, if you have that showing. So it's really nice and chunky and just really pretty. It's not overwhelming. It's sort of statement-y, I guess, but not in a loud way. It's a size 8. And we're going to do this one for $20. This gorgeous piece of chunky sterling. And that's our number 4, the Mylor Italy 37 gram chunky bracelet. All $9.25 on that. Next, I'm not really sure how you pronounce this, but it's this Tagua nut. I'm not really sure how that's pronounced, but it's these colorful little, they're dyed, of course, but it's these seeds or nut that they make jewelry out of, and they're usually brightly colored like this. I've seen some Tagua nut jewelry that is neutral colored, but mostly when I see it, it's got these bright colors on it, very bright, vibrant colors. But there it is, and it's adjustable, sort of bolo style like this. The smallest this can go, this is obviously a choker length right here, probably about a 6-inch drop on it. Yeah, so that's at 6 inches, which is choker length. And the longest it goes is pretty long. The longest is a 15-inch drop. It has nice weight, has a nice sound, if you like that sound, and just pretty and summery, of course, with all these bright, vibrant colors. I really, really like this one. These are usually around, I guess, $15 to $20 on eBay. We are going to do this one for $7. Very pretty, just fun, bright colors. And that is number 5. I went ahead and got my next few items and laid them out here. I wrote repair right here on number 6, so I could just do that on camera. This is a really pretty green AB faceted glass necklace that needs to be repaired. Let's see. Yeah, right here. The extender needs to be reattached to the end of the chain. So I'll just go ahead and do that right now. Got my trusty pliers right here with me. And here's the opening on this last link. And I see the problem right here. There's a tiny gap that this extender link eventually slipped through. So I'm going to widen that just a touch, just to make it easier to put that link back on, and then close it right back up. This time without that gap in it. And there we, well, is it the same place? Oh, no, there's the gap. It was on the other side. Okay, because there's a bigger gap. It's on the side of the extender. That was the problem. Okay, I guess next time I'll look closer. So let's put this back in here. Things come loose a lot easier than they go back together, and I really don't understand that. If it was big enough to come loose, why does it need to be made bigger to go back on? Okay. Any day now. Okay, there we go. I don't know why that took so long. Now let's close this extender link really tight with no gap. Okay, there we are. Now we have it done. So it's this really cute little AB coated green faceted beads with these little smaller beads on it, little bicones. A lot of movement. It's just really, really pretty. The length on it, the drop length is, it's about an 8.5 inch. You can make that shorter, like into a choker length or something if you wanted, because it'd be really easy to clasp it on any one of these links if you wanted to make it shorter. But that's really cute and really nice for spring and summer again with that pretty vibrant green. And we're just going to do that one for $3. Super, super cute. Very pretty. Love those colors. And now we have these really cute Rivoli earrings. So just a little warning ahead of time, Earlene will be coming out. But these guys will come out of the bag. There we go. So these really cute Rivoli earrings. I've shown these before. It's been a long time, but they didn't get bought. These little crystal Rivolis set in silver tone. There they are from the side. This is the back. This is the front. Very vibrant, sparkly, shiny. See if we can get some better focus right there so you can see it. See that sparkle? And then let's bring Earlene over to show you what they look like on. And there we go. Those are very cute. Understated and pretty. They just look refined and feminine. Love that. Very faceted. Lots of facets here on this pointed back. And all those facets on the back just make the front just sparkle so much. So those are our number 7. And we're going to do those for, let's just do those for $4. They're really pretty. They're about, I didn't give you a measurement across, they're about a 1/2 inch across. Apologies for my nails. Tonight, not tonight, tomorrow night is my last night in the studio until after all of this stuff is done throughout May. Well, not throughout May, but throughout April. So I'll go tomorrow night for my last time in the studio until after April. So my nails will look better after that. This is a little sterling pendant with a faux stone. That's an acrylic faux stone. But there is the sterling mark right here, and I will test it right here on screen. I got this a couple of years ago in Kentucky at a place called the world's largest, maybe America's largest, maybe Kentucky's largest, I don't know, but it's the largest flea market of something. And I got this at a stall at that flea market. Someone just had just tons of nothing but sterling pendants in their flea market stall. So this has sort of a little beaded design, and then there's what the side of the setting looks like. This little pale, sort of thermoset looking almost, acrylic stone. And you have the 2 little beads there and the loop on the top, and the 3 little beads at the bottom. And there it is again from the back. The length on it, including the loop on the top, is just under 1 inch. So a little sterling pendant with a faux stone. And we're going to do that one for $9. A little sterling pendant. It's really pretty. The stones are really pale yellow. Okay, and then number 9. You may remember this one. This came from that Goodwill Blue Box last February. That, well, as of right now, I could just say last month. It was that Goodwill Blue Box that just kept on giving. This was a repair piece, a craft repair piece. These threads right here were really, really dirty. And let's see, there was some threads coming loose. So I repaired all of that. I repaired the loose strand. I think there's a loose strand of beads also, if I'm not mistaken. And I took care of that. It's got this nice magnetic closure. It's very strong. And this is a cutie. These really pretty seed beads. You have some browns and golds, pinks, red, sort of a orangey reddish color, a little tiny bit of pink and purple in there. But the overall color scheme on this I would call red. It's really pretty. Has been completely cleaned and repaired. The size is about a 6.5, almost 6 3/4. And we will do this one. Let's see, we'll do that one for $4. This one's really pretty. I love the colors on it. All iridescent. Okay, and number 10, this is really simple. It's a 925 ring. Sort of reminds me of like Celtic knot because it's just got this braid, but it's adjustable. The size that it sits at right now, it's kind of small. It's sitting at about almost a 5. But it will, you can make it a little bit larger. Let's do a test for you. Oh, couldn't find my stone. Let's do a test and show you what you get if you buy this one. And there's our blue. And let's see, there's a mark in it somewhere, I believe. Yep, there it is right there. It's hard to see on camera, but right in there it is, the little 925 mark. So our number 10, this cute little sterling braided ring, which would be really pretty maybe as a pinky ring. It's really pretty. We're going to do this one also for $9. I'm going to leave the patina on there. If you would like it polished, just let me know and I'll polish it. And the reason I do that is I leave the patina on because most people that I've encountered prefer the patina to stay. And there's really only one way to get nice patina like that, and that's with age. So once that's been polished off, the only way to get it back is time. So that's why I don't want to take it off, because someone who actually prefers patina might want that on there. But if you do want it polished, let me know and I'll be glad to polish that up for you. So this, our number 11, came from Hannah and Hannah's Antiques, or Hannah's Heirlooms. It's actually a carved shell cameo. One way to tell is you hold it sideways. If it looks uneven, see how this side is kind of thinner than this side? If it looks uneven, that's one good sign of it being an authentic carved cameo, because it's carved out of a natural material. It's not going to be, uniform all the time. And you can look at the details and you can tell, I really don't know a way to describe it, but you can tell whether it's been molded in a mass-produced form or if it's been carved. And this just has the look of being carved, besides the fact that you can tell it's natural material. It's not a resin that's been poured into a mold. You can see a little bit of the glue here where it was glued into the setting. And it's got the swirls on the back, which look a whole lot like the 1925 swirls. But I don't know if 1925 did actual carved shell cameos. So I'm not certain on that. This has little tiny faux pearls, 2 on each side, but there is one missing right there, and I don't have any that size. So I'm going to sell this. I'll knock a little bit off of what I would have charged because of that missing little faux pearl, and that I don't have any faux pearls that size. I've had a little bit of trouble finding one that size to replace, but it didn't have a chain with it, so I'm putting that in the wrong direction. It didn't have a chain with it, so I'm adding a chain to, I guess, make up for the missing pearl. And this is a new gold tone chain, which I got from Jeanette at Gigi's Gems. Oops. I let that go before I made sure I had the end inside the clasp. There we go. So here's how that looks. Very pretty. And let's give you some measurements on it. The cameo itself, the entire pendant top to bottom, is about 1 3/4. There's not an extender on this. See, the drop length is 8.5 inches, and then again right here, 1 3/4 on the pendant. The only thing wrong is this one little missing faux pearl right there, and no one will probably notice if you want to wear it before you can get a little faux pearl in there. We'll do this one for $4, just in light of that little faux pearl being missing, but it is an actual carved shell cameo set in a really pretty gold tone setting that looks like the 1925 swirls on the back, but I'm not certain if it's a look-alike or an imposter of 1928 8. I was forgetting what year that brand is. And this is a new gold tone chain that I've added to it. And the whole thing for $4. That's a nice deal on that piece. And then now, here's one that had been in my personal collection. Just time to move it on. It's a very good sterling faker. It's not sterling, but it looks like it if you don't look too close. But it's this really pretty, chunky box chain bracelet. Very, very simple with a lobster closure. Not a whole bunch to say about it. It's about a size 7.5 to 3/4. And that's it. I believe it is stainless steel, maybe aluminum, because it doesn't tarnish. So, I don't know, maybe aluminum, because it has a little bit of surface scratching and stuff that I wouldn't expect from stainless steel. But both aluminum and stainless steel don't really discolor. And the stainless steel will go longer without showing signs of wear and scratching. So that's why I say this is more likely probably aluminum. But we'll do this one also for $4. It's really, really pretty. I wore this for a few years. I mean, not every day, but it was just part of my rotation, I guess, for about, I don't know, just a few years. But I just want to move it on to a nice new home, and maybe it can move into your home for $4. Okay, number 13 is a pretty shell necklace. Nice to wear to your beach vacation. It's inlaid with some kind of shell right here, I think. This is coconut on the back. And then inlaid with, I don't know, maybe some kind of wood, maybe some kind of shell. It's kind of hard to tell. But it's this really pretty orangey, reddish orange color with mother of pearl inlay right there in the middle. And these maybe shell, they're cold. They could be glass or they could be shell, little seed beads with a button closure. And that's it. The seed bead necklace part is 3 strands, but they're twisted like that in a rope design. That's really beautiful. I love the colors on that. The pendant itself is about 2 3/4, but from the top of the loop to the bottom of the pendant is just over 3 inches, like almost 3 1/4. And just the necklace part right here is a 9-inch drop to right here. And the length is the length. There is not an extender. But look how pretty that is. The colors aren't showing through on screen very well, I don't think. But this is just a nice piece of shell with beautiful luster and all the pretty colors showing through when the light hits it. If you can't see it on screen, I assure you, if you get to see it in person, you'll see those colors. So this one is our number 13, and we'll do this one for $5. This one needed some cleaning when I got it, and I did clean it up. Did some detail work on it, and it turned out beautifully. I love this one. Okay, number 14. This came from Lindsay Clark. It's a little gold tone bracelet. It's really simple. I don't know what kind of chain this is called, but I like it. It's I don't even really know how to describe it. It has different little sections on it, kind of similar to how popcorn chain looks, but this doesn't look anything like popcorn chain. So how you open, this is a different type of closure too. How you open this closure is, let's see if I remember right, I think you grab these two little points and just pull them apart. Is that how it works? Yes. And they open like that. And then you slide it off. And then to close it back, of course, you just go in the other, well, let's let you see how it looks on first. The gold tone is in really great condition on this. Really like that. And then to close it, of course, you just put the ring back onto one of these sides and then just push the two sides together until they snap. And there it is. Nice and secure. The size on it is right at a 7. Just this really cute little gold tone bracelet. And we'll do that one for just $3. And that's our number 14, $3. And number 15, I can't remember where this one came from. It's vintage. I'm telling that by the closure. A vintage fold over clasp. And there's a little bit of wear. Very, very minor wear. You don't really see it much here on these two ends, but just a little bit on the fold over right there, just a tiny amount. But you have these 4 chains. You have 2 that are the same right here. Then you have this snail chain right here. And then this chain, which is these bars that are linked together. So pretty layered gold tone necklace. Let's get that all laid out and untwisted so you can see what it looks like. Just like that. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. The shortest layer has a drop of about 8 1/4, then about 9 1/4 on the next layer, about 10 inches on the layer after that, and then just over 11 on the longest layer. And that is not adjustable. And here's the closure, which is nice and secure. And let's give you a nice little drive-by. All the gold tone is in beautiful condition. Little to no wear. Actually, I don't see any wear. I do see some very faint surface scratching. A little bit right there. But this one's gorgeous and vintage. And that's our number 15. And it'll be $5. But tomorrow, if you come back again tomorrow, tomorrow's video will be at 10 a.m. and it's going to be a thrift haul. It'll have some jewelry, it'll have some purses. I have a fossil leather belt. And I have some Chicos and J. Crew. And there may be some spontaneous crafting tomorrow too. I'll be filming that video right after this one. This came from, I think, from Nancy at Coastal Cameo. And it's just red wooden beads, very vibrant red wooden beads with these little glass beads in between. And a gold tone Rolo chain. And it's a long layering necklace. With a 28.5-inch drop. The gold tone on the chain looks nice and new. I don't see any wear or scratching on it. no fading. And it looks really nice together with this gold tone. And we'll do this one for $4. So here I am next day, where I left off, I think at number 16. I'll have to look back at that in editing, but I believe it is number 16 where I left off, because the next one here is 17. But had something come up that I had to deal with, and then I had errands the rest of the day. So it's actually very early next morning. It's still dark outside, and I'm going to see if I can wrap this video up. So we'll start off here with number 17. And this is a Rachel Roy necklace that came, I think, in a Gigi's Gems a while back. It had a little issue with it right here, right there. And this little stone is missing. There's a little stone missing right there, and I couldn't find a stone that shape to replace it. And really from a distance, you know, it looks like maybe it was made like that, but then you can see a little bit of the glue. I'll remove as much of that glue as I can, but I wanted to go ahead and offer this up to somebody. It's new with tags, originally $75, and it's really cute. So here's what it looks like. It doesn't have a clasp, it just goes over your head. But it has all these little doodads on it, like that. These are the little spiky type of cabochons, I guess, are in little spiky settings on the back. So here it is in profile, like that. And let's see if I can brighten the light up just a little bit. When the light's too bright, it sort of washes everything out. But I want it to be bright enough for you to be able to see everything. But then it's on this gold tone chain, and so you've got a little cross here with some orange enamel on one side, and then the texturing on the back. Here's a little leaf and a little round charm, and then you have these little stations here. Everything that's enameled on the front has just this interesting texture on the back with the little, I guess, sort of spikes. And then you come on down, and then on the front, or at the bottom, I should say, you have this little pendant. It's a heart that's shaped like a little lock with red enamel, and it looks like sort of a gold tone wash over it. And then these little keys with a heart, and then this little stone, this emerald cut shaped little acrylic stone, and then this cross, and those are all fashioned to look like keys. So it's a really cute little necklace. Well, I say little, but it's long. It's good for layering or just to be a statement all by itself. The drop is 16 inches. And this heart lock pendant with the little keys from the top of the lock to the bottom of the longest key is 3 inches. And it is new with tags. It was originally $75. And the only thing wrong with it, where is it, is that one little stone that's missing. And I'll do my best to get that glue out of there. And it could look like it just, came that way. Actually, at the buyer's request, I may see if I can pop the other 2 stones out and just fill in all 3 spaces with some black enamel. And then that way it would have more of a look, like the other ones here that don't have stones. They just have enamel in the little spaces. So if you're interested in buying this, let me know if you would like me to leave it alone, or if you would like me to just pop the glue out, or if you would like me to try popping out all of these stones and putting some black enamel in those spaces. And if I do any of those, the price will be the same. The price will not change if I do any of those things to the necklace. Just buyer's request, just let me know. Let's see, original $75. Why don't we just say, let's just give somebody a super deal, and we'll just say $8. That's a super duper deal. And again, just let me know if you want me to leave that little part alone, or if you want me to clean the glue out, or if you want me to try popping out the stones and putting black enamel in the spaces. Okay, number 18 now is this silver tone little CZ necklace, new on card. It's an 18-inch necklace with a little CZ pendant. Is that the back? No, that's the front. And there it is. It's really cute. Now, 18 inches means it's going to have about a 9-inch drop. And it's sort of wound around itself. I don't think it's tangled. I think it's just hooked onto this little wire that's there to keep it on the card. I'll take a look at that and make sure it's not tangled so that when you get it, it'll be ready to just take off the card and wear. But there it is. Really pretty with this cute little, oh, that's the back. This cute little square cut CZ with this deep setting. You know how I really like my deep chunky settings. And that would be on silver tone or maybe stainless. If it's on stainless, that's great because it won't tarnish or anything like that. It stays new looking for a long time. And that's our number 18. And let's just do that one for, let's just do it for $5. It's really pretty. Just delicate, dainty, and feminine. A really nice understated look to look nice and polished. And then now, number 19. This one has been in my collection for a while, but I realized I don't really use it, so I decided to move it on. It's a magnifying glass necklace that is, let's see, I'm trying to demonstrate it for you here. Like it's a good magnifier, and it's on this long chain. The chain's really pretty too. It has texture on these little bars, and they're all held together with rings. Lobster closure, and this is vintage. I had gotten this a long time ago at an estate sale, and I used it with jewelry for a while, and then I just fell out of using it, and I didn't like to just wear it, as a fashion piece because I didn't want the glass to, get scratched up because I tend to be kind of rough with things as I move through my day, and I didn't want to risk, damaging it at all. So I just kept it put up with my jewelry, and I would just use it when I was doing jewelry. So since I don't really use it for that anymore, I decided to let someone else enjoy it. So the drop on it is about 14.5 inches, and then the magnifying glass is about another 4 inches. It has this little twisted handle. It has weight to it. No, there's no branding on it, so I don't know who to give credit to for it, but it is really nice. It has nice details. There's texture around the edges right here, around the edges of the setting for the glass, and then texture on the handle of the glass, and then of course the texture on the little bars. It just gives it a nice, richer type of look, and I think it's really, really pretty. And again, it's not super heavy, but it does have some weight to it. And that's our number 19. There we go. And we're going to let this one go for, let's just say $7 for that. It is a really, really nice one. And number 20 right here is, this came from Lindsay Clark, and a lot that I had bought from her. And it's unbranded. I think it's new, or either just not very much used. gold tone, and the gold tone on all these different chains is in excellent condition. I don't see any wear on it. That's why I say I think it might be new. Let's lay it out so you can see it. So it's multiple chains. You have these two, curb link, and then you have this wheat chain, and then this sort of lighter chain right here. And it has all these different charms on it. The safety pin, and it's sort of, it doesn't hang, straight down at the bottom. It hangs like this off to the side. Then these dice beads. That's how it looks from that side. And there's 3 of those on the wheat chain. And then on the other curb link chain is a lock. It's not a functioning lock, it's just a charm. And then another little safety pin that is not working either, it's just a charm. And that's on this more delicate chain right there. And then this pin on this curb link, the longest layer, it is a working pin. And it just has a really neat look to it. Nice and heavy and a lot going on, if you like that kind of style. And this theme of lock and pins and dice. I just thought it was really neat. Really, really like that one. It's a shorter necklace, not choker length, but it is shorter. The drop on it, let's see, for the shortest layer, the drop is, well, actually on the shortest layer, the drop might be a choker. It's 6 inches. And then the next layer is 6.5. Then the dice is 7.5. And then the large safety pin is about 8.25. And then with all of those layers, you get about another 1.5 inches of drop with this 3-inch extender. And there it is. There's a lot going on with that one, but it's really cool. It's a really cool necklace. And that is number 20. And we'll do that one for $5. If you don't know Lindsay's channel, which if you're here, you probably found Lindsay a long time before you found me. So, but if you happen to not know her channel, go check her out. It's a lot of fun. You'll get to see an appearance from time to time of her cat Phoenix. And she does unboxings of jewelry and fun boxes and designer boxes and stuff like that from ThredUp. And she's just really fun to watch. So go check her out if you don't know her already. I'm going to pause the camera right here so I can write down these prices on my little price list that I use when people start sending in their orders, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and speaking of orders, just a reminder, if you want to request anything from this video, just contact me, skeeterjonesthings at gmail, and we will work it out there. And also make sure you check the description box of this video for important shipping information. And just so you'll be in the know about how I handle shipping. So this is was it tritone or two-tone? It's a two-tone, I think. Sort of a silver tone and sort of a brassy tone chain. This one also came from Lindsay Clark, and it's 3 layers. And I forgot to put in here, I was going to add a clasp to this during the video, and I forgot to put a clasp in my little bag. So I'm going to step away for just a minute to grab a clasp, a little lobster clasp for this, and I'll be right back. Okay, here it is, and I apologize for my nails again. Actually, I think I apologized for those yesterday. Tonight is actually studio night at the ceramic studio, and it'll be my last time until this really busy season with the wedding and everything is over. So tomorrow I'll be getting my nails done. And maybe you'll see better looking nails in my next video. But actually I don't think so, because I'm going to film it, I believe, right after I'm done with this one. So I dropped it. I don't want these things to get twisted together. So I'm going to have to pick up the other end, make sure everything is straight and in order, and then put it back on this ring that it just fell off of. So that everything is not overlapping. Which they are. So let's see. There we go. Here they are all in the same order that they are on the other ring. And what caused this is that this is a heavier gauge ring than the hole at the end of this clasp. So when I was trying to add the clasp on there, I put too much pressure, which made the ring fall out of these chains. So I'm adding those back, and then I'll need to step away again to get a ring to add to this that I can add the clasp to. So stand by, and I'll be right back. Okay, here I am with this little ring, which has a smaller gauge, so it should have no trouble fitting through the little hole right there on the clasp. So let's see, I'm going to leave that alone for now. And let's see, actually, no, I'm going to go ahead and add it to the clasp first and then close it up and then hang the whole thing on this ring down here. I'm thinking this, I don't know, it just looks too dark in person under here, but when I look through the screen, it looks like everything's adequately lit. Just when there's too much light, it sort of just washes everything out. It makes it impossible to focus or see anything. Okay, there we go. So that's closed up nice and tight. And this one right here is also, there's the seam on that one. Okay, so small bump in the road there. And now here we are able to close this up. There we go. So let's get back to talking about it. It's a two-tone, sort of brass tone and silver tone. Just a little layered necklace with these little barrel-shaped beads or links. I think they're links that they're attached into each other. Like each one of these little, what looks like beads, is actually attached into one another. So they're more like links. And let's see, let's lay it out this way so you can see how it would look when you're wearing it. There we go. Really pretty. A nice little understated piece. And the measurement on it, there's no extender, so the length is the length. 9.5 inches on the shortest layer. And then you have 10 inches, then, whoops, then 10.5, and then 11. Nice little simple piece. And that is our number 21. This one I got from Lindsay Clark. Let's see. Let's just do this one for $3. That's a really good deal on that. This is a nice piece. It's unbranded, but this will be a good like wardrobe staple. Very nice wardrobe staple piece. If you work in an office environment or someplace conservative, this would be a really great item to keep in your work wardrobe. So there we go. And now on to 22. This came either from Diane at Simply Diane, or it came from a Gigi's Gems, and this brand is Liza's. These are, I think, just glass beads. Some of them have this reflective coating, And here's the little Liza's branding right there. I didn't research the brand, so I don't know if it's an expensive brand or not. These are clear glass beads here, and it's all stretchies. Let's double check the stretch for you. Yeah, the stretch is in great shape on these. That's what they look like on. I love that soft green color. Those are really pretty. So without stretching, they sit at about a size 7. And they should all be about the same. Yes, and yes. So we'll do a great deal on these. It's our number 22. And let's just throw another 2 on there. Number 22 for 2. Okay, now moving on. Number 23. This is, oh, I remember these. Okay, I don't know where these came from, but I've had them for a while. They look like 1928, but they're not. You can see a little bit of wear to the tone here on the back. And on the front, not a whole lot of evident wear except right here along the edges of these little flowers. But to me, really, it just adds to it. It looks like it could even be intentional. I don't think it is intentional, but to anyone looking at you while you're wearing them, it really just looks intentional. It doesn't look like these are like overly worn or anything like that. I love all the details and the little veins. And it looks like little beads are set in here, but I don't think it is actually beads. I think it was maybe molded that way. But it sort of swags around this little middle cabochon. And then this tiny little flowers, the bead in the middle of those. And all of these beads, I think, are acrylic. And then another one down here at the bottom, sort of bezel set with these leaves encircling all of that. And let's see, at the top here you have another flower with the little leaves. This may have also had a little black bead in it at one time. It doesn't look like it's lacking something without it, although I can see how it may have actually had a bead in there at one time. I don't see glue in there. That's why I'm not really certain about that. But these I think are so, so pretty. They do have a 1928 type of look to them, but they don't have the swirls on the back that tell you that that's the brand. So these are not 1928, but they do have that style. Here comes Erlene to show you what they look like on. And they're just elegant, in my opinion. Just very elegant and pretty. The length on them, let's see, what did I do with my tape measure? The length on them is, let's pull that all the way out. About 2 inches, top to bottom there. Okay, there we go. And we'll do these. Let's do them for $4. Those are really, really pretty. We have earrings again for our next one, number 24. This is stones. I'm not going to test them. If the buyer, if you are interested in these and you want to know what these stones are and you would like me to test it, just let me know. I'll test it at that time. But this is stone. In case you can hear that. But they have these little sort of scroll work on these caps above these teardrop shaped, sort of honey colored, amber colored beads. It is not amber, it is a stone, as in like a true sense of a stone. Amber is just solidified sap and resin, but this is actually stone. Just honey colored or amber colored. These I think might be wood or acrylic. These little red ones right here. And then you have a little gold tone bead there, but everything else, metal, is silver tone. So we'll measure this, and then we'll bring Earlene out to model it. From the top of the ear wire to the bottom of the earring, again about 2 inches. And here comes Earlene. I love those colors. These sort of have that maybe Etruscan, Mediterranean type of look, in my opinion. Not quite as chunky as that Etruscan look, especially when you're talking about the 80s style. But, or that 80s Etruscan look, very, very chunky and heavy. These have that style to me, but without all the heaviness of that style. So these are number 24. And we'll just keep with the last earrings, and we'll also do these for $4. Number 24 for $4. Those pretty little stone earrings. 25 is this cute little, I've had one of these before that was juicy. This is not juicy. This is unbranded, actually. This also came from Lindsay Clark. It's a little textured bear brooch. And there he is. I'll dab a little bit of more black enamel right there on his eye. His eye and his nose have some black enamel on those, and it's worn off a little bit on this other eye, but I'll replace that. But all around his little body, he has this little beaded texture. It is not beads, it just has the texture of beads. Like he was molded that way. He's heavy and chunky, but he's really, really cute. He's about 2 inches. I would think maybe 1.5 inches to 2 inches. He's 1.5 inches long. And let's see, across the widest part, which would be his feet down here, he's just over 1 inch. But there he is. And there he is on the back. He doesn't have a loop to be a pendant, but it'd be very easy. Just, put your chain through right there to wear him as a pendant. As a matter of fact, let's see. Let me get out a chain and I'll show you what he would look like as a pendant. Okay. So you just slide it right through. Not anything complicated about it. And then there he is. So he can be a pendant, even though he doesn't have a pendant loop on the back. And I think I'll even throw in the chain on this one. So there it is from the back. You can see how the chain is just like threaded through the clasp or underneath the pin. And there he is as a pendant. Very cute. And then also he can be a brooch. Also, you can, the same way that we have, you saw me thread it through, but of course, you can also just do it like this to put it on your chain. But in that same way, you could put this on the ring of your purse charm, and he could hang on your purse charm also. He's very, very versatile. But I'll include this little chain with the bear. Let's see, he's number 25. Let's do him for $7. The little gold tone bear with the chain. And if you would like a purse charm hook, let me know that for another, I guess, $5. I can throw a purse charm hook in there, and you can have that option with him also. Number 25 for $7. Number 26, I made these. These are little glass mushrooms. And I just attached ear wires to those. They're cute. A lot of people like little mushrooms. But there those are. They are, I had the beads, the little glass mushroom beads, and I just, put wire through them because they're drilled, from top to bottom. So I put wire through there, made a loop at the top, and then put the ear wire on through that loop. These are 1.5 inches long, and let me bring over Earlene. And there we are. Those are really cute, a little fun for summertime. The color on these is sort of a dark honey color. And then this milky white at the bottom. So number 26, the little handmade glass mushroom earrings. Let's just do those for $4. Number 26. Number 27 is a little pendant, and I think this one's marked somewhere, 925. Yeah, it's marked right there, but let me double check that. I had a pendant somewhere that was marked 925, but didn't test as 925, and I can't remember if it's this one. That's really messing with my eyes, because in person it just looks kind of dim down here in my workspace, but when I look through the screen it looks nicely lit. Okay, yeah, this is the one. So it's marked 925, but it is not 925. So if it was 925, I may have actually pulled out the gem eye to test the stone, but since this is not 925, it's just silver tone. These are probably glass stones in the color of blue topaz. But it's a really pretty little delicate little pendant. And we'll give a super deal on that. Oh, actually I put right there, test the pendant. That was a note to myself. So I've done that. We'll just do this one for, we'll just do it for $3. It's really, really pretty. And it is marked 925, but it is not sterling. For $5 more, if you need a chain to go with it, let me know. And for $5, I will add a chain to that. Number 27 for $3. Number 28, this is a stainless steel, which is stamped right here. There we go. Like, it's a plated stainless steel or just a gold toned or brass toned stainless steel herringbone chain. It's in great condition. There is no wear. Now, stainless steel won't show tone loss if it is silver colored, because that's just the color of the stainless steel. When it looks golden like this, the coating will eventually wear off of the stainless steel, and the stainless will look gorgeous underneath, but this gold tone will eventually wear. As of now, there is no wear on it, so I think it might be new. I can't remember where I got this one from. It's very pretty. Let's give you a close-up of it so you can see how gorgeous it is with that tone. It's a very, very pretty necklace. It's a shorter one. The drop on it is about 7.5. Yeah, about 7.5 inches. You get about another 1 inch of drop from this 2-inch extender here. But number 28, we'll do that one just for $3 also, for this nice little gold toned stainless chain. Well, I let go of it before I had it securely in the bag. There we go. And we're wrapping up. We only have 2 pieces left. I really like these. These came in a box, and I don't remember from whom. This either came in a Gigi's box, maybe it came from Simply Diane. I'll have links to everybody I'm mentioning. Let's see, Gigi. Well, Gigi doesn't have a channel that I'm aware of. If you do and you're watching, let me know, Jeanette. But I'll give you links to everybody I've mentioned who has a channel in the description of this video, along with all that shipping information. But these are really pretty. I'm going to have to show them to you closer up, but well, since I have them laid out, I'll go ahead and measure them. They are 4 inches long. And it's just really pretty. I think this is actual brass, not brass tone. I think it's actually brass. Just very simple and very pretty. Let's bring over Earlene. And here we go. There. Here's what they look like on. Very pretty. I really, really like those. A nice little older look to those. They're number 29, and let's just say $3 again. 29 for $3. These fringe tassel style brass earrings. I think brass. I'm not positive on that, but I believe it is. And then last, this is sterling, and I'm not positive, but I believe this stone is actually garnet. Or I don't know, it feels like it could be acrylic. Let's check. Let me look closer at that. Okay, it's not acrylic. It is either glass or stone. But I'm not going to test the stone. And if it turns out you have a nice gemstone, then great. But this is sterling. I am going to test it just so you can see that for yourself. And there's the blue for our positive sterling test. So here it is, this sort of teardrop shaped stone, which is either glass or gemstone. And you have this little beaded halo around it. This other little bead that, dangles off the bottom. A loop at the top for hanging. You would need another ring so that your chain's going to be coming through this way. So you'll need another ring that's going in this direction. So I'll add a ring to that for you in just a minute. But let's see, it's marked on the back 925, and there's a maker mark right here. Or actually, I think that says India. I believe that says India right there, and then 925. So let me go ahead and add a ring to the top of that. Okay, here we go. And nicely closed right there. So now it's ready, facing the correct direction, for a chain to go through this ring, and then your pendant would lay like this. Because of course, if it went through the top ring that's part of the pendant, your pendant would lay like that, because the chain comes through this way. But now you have this ring on the top right there for the chain to go through, and your pendant will lay facing forward. The ring, by the way, is not sterling. I tried to find one while I had the camera paused, but I could not find a sterling one. So just so you know that. But everything else on here is sterling. And then this is either glass or possibly a stone. So for this pretty 925 pendant with a possible garnet, I think. Let me put a question mark right there. We'll do, let's do $10 for that. It's really pretty. Did I measure that for you already? I'm not sure if I did. It is about 1.25 inches from the top of the ring to the bottom of the little dangly bead. Pretty, pretty, number 30. Okay, and that is everything. Let's see, I'm going to add these to my list right here where I catalog everything and the prices. And then what happens, in case you've ever been curious, on the day the video drops, I'll, like, as people email, let's say someone named, I don't know, let's say Mary. I don't have a Mary. So I would write Mary's name right here, and then I would highlight her name in, let's say, yellow. Then everything she requests, I would go through here and highlight it in yellow. So when it comes time to pull those orders later on and ship those out at the end of the month, I know that I can just look at everything that's yellow and pull it out, and then that goes in Mary's package. And then that's also what I use to do my invoicing. So just in case you've ever wondered how I keep track of all that and why I have to keep it to 30, or why I like to keep it to 30, is because that's about how many things will fit on the front of a sheet of paper. And then that paper goes into the bag where I hold everything for this video. So just a little window into how I manage things and keep track of them. So here we are at the end of this video. Remember, tomorrow's video will be a thrift haul, a little bit of craft with me, spontaneous crafting. Along with that, I have some fossil, I have, let's see, some Chicos, I have some sterling, and some bags. So make sure you tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central to catch that video, and I hope to see you then. But meanwhile, I really appreciate the time you've spent with me today in this video, and I really appreciate every subscribe, every share, every comment. I love all of that. Thank you so much for engaging with my channel and helping it grow, and I really, really appreciate it. So I hope you enjoyed this content, and if you did, if you would give me a thumbs up, share it out with someone else who you think might also enjoy it, and leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.